Of course, I'm going to take Wavy. This is the most obvious pick, I think. Great 1v1 player. Of course, he also was in the RLCS playing under TSM. Just fantastic all around. Can't go wrong with having an RLCS level talent. There's one available on the board. So give me Wavy. Thank you.
Well, GG. That's your champion right there.
Oh, that was cool. Nice
No, I don't
here.
believe. I'm not going to take that lemon kiwi. I don't believe in that. Listen, I did my research. I looked at the stats. I went down the line. We all knew Wavy was going to Daz. There was no question about it. Give me Phoebes, and here's why. He's an SSL in 2s, Grand Champ in 3s, so just in terms of disparity skill-wise, pretty good floor, high ceiling. He's the captain of his high school esports team, so I really appreciate leadership. I appreciate the fact that he's clearly like an IGL. He takes that role on seriously. Holding the captain's badge is a big deal. The fact that he's already been so committed in a lot of these kinds of events and shown that he can be a Coca-Cola All-Star with an MVP title in the finals, I'm just saying, man. Give me this kid. I like him. MVP for sure. I appreciate his attitude. It bodes well for the tournament.
I went with Hunter on this next one. I wanted to steal this one away. I think there's too much talent that comes out of Texas. I don't think I've ever seen a bad Rocket League player come out of Texas. I don't know what's in the air there. Hunter plays also every sport under the sun, and he does charity. So as long as he doesn't give up goals, I think my team will be solid. So going with Hunter.
I'm actually going with Rocket because they snuck in the most sly little bit of extra information in their awesome video. They actually just sounded so reserved, but he was like, yeah, and I've got a 4.0 GPA. I'm actually the front runner for valedictorian in my class. I'm like, what? Oh my, okay, cool. Yeah, I need a valedictorian on my team because Nick DeVitt has a 3.69. So I need him to help a little bit of mentoring. He also comes out of North Carolina. He's got a lot of support when it comes to the extra votes. So I feel like that's a cool dynamic duo between Rocket and Nick DeVitt to really round it out. I'm going with Asian Eyes. I like East Coast. They're from Georgia. They actually talked about in their introduction that they have been really focusing with their mentor. They shouted out DJ TJ, who's actually the lead director for the Bulldog Esports group over there. You know, yeah, I'm not getting the double SSL. I'm not getting the Daz like guaranteed win with Wavy, but I feel like this is like going to be a nice kind of three set of players that really just creates like a fun experience for it. And Asian Eyes has been doing the work, so you know, I just like what they bring to the table.
I am very excited. I would like to pick up Crypto. I got a good feeling about this kid because not only do I value just kind of blanket stat, but the reason specifically, one of the notes I have on why I wanted to pick him up is because he comes from a freestyling background. I'm taking Crypto. I think his freestyle background gives him a little bit of an advantage, and the fact that he's so passionate about it might come into effect in some of these tournaments and some of these games, I should say specifically.
I'm gonna go with Jujui. He made a big note about the fact that last year he focused on all of his studies, but this year he's been doing crazy things, just putting in the hours, putting in himself into all of the extra tournaments. So I love what Jujui brings to the table. They also actively create montages of like what they do, and they have some great beats that go with them, and they got a 4.0 GPA. I have the smartest team.
I came in knowing that I couldn't just get a roster of people. I needed a team. I need people who could play together. I have players who have not only played since September and stay plugged in, but I got an MVP on my squad. I got an MVP from last year. I think you got a roster. I got a
roster.
That's right.
You think I got a roster? You know what you don't got? You don't got Wavy, Sean. You don't got Wavy.
That's kind of true. Case in point.
I got Wavy.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Comey would be first pick. I feel like I am blessed to have him in the third pick because I looked at his VLR and he seems like to have the most impressive VLR out of all of them. Unless I'm looking at a different Comey. And I'm just gonna pray that it's not a different Comey. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick Comey.
Yeah. But with what you just said right there, you can't even say the name correctly. You don't even know if you watched the right VLR page. I think I'm saying that.
We're getting shots in round one, by the way. I look a little bit further. I try and look towards the future and really see as far as I can. Leon is one that I was taking a look, and you know, I gotta have a little bit of fun here. I love smokes. I love not being able to see anything because it's very, very silly, but also because I took a look at Leon, and Leon actually, even though they listed as controller, it looked very interesting because their actual top agents are more duelist styles. So you have the mix of a control factor. You know how to drop a lot of those stars if you're playing Astra. I'm going with Leon.
I'm going to have to go with the lefty. I'm playing this game with, you know, people that are actually locked into their most comfortable comfortable role and not so many players that are going around flexes so far. I think he shows himself like having a good mind on his shoulders so that he could maybe approach the game from an IGL style. So I think I'm killing two birds with one stone now. He's going to be a team player, and he's going to be the one that's probably going to stay a little bit more behind so he could actually help the team in terms of organizing the play. And I think you kind of need that at the core. So I'm going to go with Lefty as my second pick.
I'm picking up Blake, and I'm picking up Mookie. Listen, first of all, Blake, he plays literally anything. To me, he's going to be just the pure flex. If I just aim him in a certain direction, he will go kill or he will go do his job. That's a guy who I would pick up for my team.
My third choice for my team is going to be Polix, actually. I think if you're looking at what he was bringing out here and in his video to introduce himself, he was saying that he was focusing on a lot of a deep agent pool, at a high level, to play at a high level and going to be pretty decent at it. And I think that's going to be very important too.
I've been listening the whole time, and everyone's talking about experience, talking about the strength of having played the game a lot. And I like to go for the silliness maybe, but also for those that maybe are overlooked. I want someone that's kind of fresh that might bring a little something new to the table, and I'm looking at Martian. Honestly, again, I like the fact I love controllers. Once again, I love the fact that you can that you say that you are good at setting up, really, maybe flexing out in terms of setting the team up for success.
So I'm going to go ahead and pick One Nash. I just love the story that he brings when he introduced himself. He went from doing very good in school to dropping out until getting good support from his surroundings as well. Went back into studying, now has a great GPA. But I think being able to turn things around and being focused, and I think this is a great opportunity for him to do this right now with the Coca-Cola All-Star. So
I got someone who's playing with determination, Bob Star. Yes, he comes in as a Coca-Cola All-Star himself last year. He tore his ACL in a tournament during a championship game. He gave up Valorant. He did kind of dedicate a lot more to his physical education, to a lot more of his physical endeavors. But Bob Star, he is playing with a different knack this tournament. I'm taking Bob Star.
I hope you know I have a plan. Sometimes inside the smoke, there is a little bit of a scare. We got Scarecrow coming in here. We got Kansas boys rise up. I'm so happy Scarecrow's here. Exactly. But sitting at a 3.93 GPA still shows a lot of brains coming out and saying, hey, if I can overview an entire fight, I can make callouts and everything like that. I need that Sentinel at the very end of the day, help out with the control, and send cavalry where they need to go.
First of all, this team's gonna win because it's my team. A lot of you guys, you did a lot of feeling. All I did was look, and I just let my brain process.
My team's going to win because I feel like I picked some players that are slotted into good roles, and that's going to have great synergy with some people that can hype up and a great IGL in Lefty.
My team is 100% the favorite. Not only do I have the best team, they also have the best team captain.
Yes, I mean, eye test, reading, nothing matters if you can't see the thing 2 feet in front of you. So I think my team, if you can't see what's going on, we win.